Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Shelby Jones, and I am coming from the Baltimore County Department of Aging State Health Insurance Assistance Program, and I am the new program manager as of January 2022. Happy National Volunteer Week! To commemorate this occasion, I wanted to take the time to highlight one of our fantastic volunteers, Fred Trankel, who is sitting with me to my right. Fred has been a dedicated SHIP volunteer since 2018. Fred is one of our year-round counselors who assists soon-to-be and current Medicare beneficiaries with all of their Medicare questions and concerns. And Fred, you always do so with a smile, which I really appreciate. And I could see your smile under your mask. Fred, before we get started, I just wanted to take the time to say thank you for all that you do. I know that back in 2018, we could have never imagined that we would be entering a pandemic and needing to pivot and work from home, but you stood with us, and I really appreciate you helping to steer the ship in the direction that it continues to go in. So I just wanted to take the time to say thank you for that. I also wanted to ask you a few brief questions about your volunteer experience, if that would be okay.
Sure.
Great. What does it mean to you to be a SHIP volunteer?
Well, I think I'm doing this because I want to help, the people out there, our fellow Baltimore County citizens that have Medicare, because as we've discovered, Medicare is a complicated thing. And I first became aware of this because I was helping my mother with her Medicare. And because of that, because I had experience working in the healthcare field, I wanted to get involved in some volunteer activity that would allow me to share what I did know with people that might benefit from that. So every time I'm here, I at least interact with one person that makes me feel like I've made a difference, and that's very important to me.
That's great. Thank you. And Fred, you are making a difference. So again, thank you. Do you have a favorite part about volunteering in the SHIP office? I know you said you like to help people, but I wasn't sure if there was anything else that really stands out to you.
Well, we all, I think, like the open enrollment period in the fall, because then we actually get out to the senior centers, and we actually get to meet some of the people that we're helping. And the nice thing is that we get a lot of repeat customers, so to speak. So, they actually remember us more than we remember them. They'll say, I talked to you last year. And I'm like, I don't remember talking to you. But, most of them are very appreciative. Some, we have husband and wives that come together and they, sort of help each other. And we get to feel like we've helped them pick out a good drug plan. So that's probably a favorite. Probably the other favorite might be when there is one case where something happens where we really can feel like we've done something that would not have otherwise been done to help a person in need. And I could recount, 2 or 3 cases like that just off the top of my head.
Really going the extra mile.
Right. Like one case where I was helping a widow whose husband had just passed away. And she belonged to a Medicare Advantage plan. And he went, when at the time of his death, he went for emergency treatment at a hospital that was not part of that plan. And she received a bill not long after he died for $25,000. And she didn't have the $25,000, but she and I were able to get on the phone with the Medicare Advantage company, and they agreed that it was something they were supposed to pick up, because they are supposed to pick up an emergency charge.
Wow.
So tremendous relief for her, in her grief, not having to deal with that problem. So, every one of the counselors that work with you, Shelby, have stories like that, I'm sure.
Very impactful, what we're doing every day.
Right.
Absolutely. Last but not least, Fred, would you recommend being a SHIP volunteer to a friend? And if so, why?
I would recommend to someone who is interested in doing this. First of all, there are a lot of facts that you have to remember. And sometimes people get nervous trying to remember those facts. And it is, even if there weren't all those facts, just talking to all of these people on the phone once a week. But there are some people that I know that would like to do that, and I have mentioned it to them if they live in Baltimore County or they live in one of the other counties. And so for me, it's just a very fulfilling way to volunteer my time, and they know that, and some of them have said, how can I volunteer for that? So yes, I think all of us would definitely recommend it to someone who is interested. What I would recommend to anybody, especially during volunteer week, is that many of the seniors like myself had come from careers where they had lots of skills that they learned, and there's really a lot of need out there in the community for them to share those skills, whether it be with a small nonprofit or with an organization like SHIP. And it doesn't have to be something that you spend a lot of time on, even a few hours a week. That knowledge and skill that each of us has are really valuable, and SHIP is definitely a way to take advantage of that.
Absolutely. Fred, thank you so much for sharing that with us. It's been great having you here today. I want to just make sure everybody knows, if you are interested in volunteering specifically with the Baltimore County Department of Aging State Health Insurance Assistance Program, SHIP, you can call us at 410-887-2059. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.